there's been some discussion about adding an economic development position at the county level. Are you supportive of this action, and why or why not?
I am supportive of this action because of the fact that we do have the small communities such as Delavan, Mackinac, Deer Creek, the unincorporated area of Groveland where we live. You really need, even though those are sleepy bedroom communities, we still need to have someone out there to touch base with those businesses to find out what their needs are. I drove through Tremont last week, and there's both of their little restaurants have both closed. Luckily, Eli's has picked up and opened a coffee shop, but they need some businesses in the community to help the community thrive. It's cheaper for me when I go to get my mail to stop at Eli's and get a cup of coffee than it is for me to get my mail in Tremont and drive to Pekin to get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So my whole point is that we really need to help those businesses stay in business and spend a little extra money. Shop small, shop local. That's my biggest passion is making sure that we support our small local businesses. They're the ones that are really putting the tax dollars back in the community. So I get a little passionate about that, even at 7:30 in the morning.
I appreciate your passion. Nick?
I am in favor of an economic development person, but I'm not in favor of at full-time or hiring a complete staff to do this. I think we can probably efficiently contract this out and on a trial basis to see how it works out. I do believe that while the small towns may not be vocally asking for it, I know that they need the support. I know that the sales tax revenue in a lot of the villages in our county are limited, and they have to pay for sewers and police and fire and all that stuff just like the larger communities do. So the more businesses that are located in a small town, the more tax revenue the people in that town receive, and it's a win-win for both. It saves you driving to Pekin to get your Starbucks or whatever. So I'm in favor of it on a limited basis.
And Brett, you started to answer the question. We'll let you elaborate a little further.
Great, thanks. I absolutely do not support a county hire EDC person. The reason is because I don't want to have to worry about paying health insurance, the pension, the wages, the things that go through, when it's very hard to quantify how much they're bringing or helping when we have a regional or they have the village ones in the areas. What I would support, and I would like to talk more about the committee as they've been doing this, is a contractual person. And in that, I would like to see the small individual communities, if they would kick in money for that person as well, to gauge their interest. Do they just want something that we're going to provide, or are they willing to put some skin in the game and see, yes, we want this and this is how we're going to do it? I do not see a reason to completely fund it, again, because you're going to have health insurance to go with it, you're going to have pensions that go with that kind of a position, and if the smaller communities would like that, I'd like to see what kind of interest and how much they're willing to pay for it as well.
Andy?
I wouldn't support hiring a full-time person in Tazewell County at this point. First of all, the whole economic development system has been turned upside down in the last year. We've paid a firm about $600,000 to evaluate some of these things. The Tri-County has changed immensely, and we've added 2 counties to our economic development system. And so at this point, I would not want to hire somebody full-time. Do we need to look at it? Certainly. And when the dust settles, perhaps. But I would be in favor of doing something contractual too. When you hire a person, it's easy to cut a lot of things on a budget, but when it comes to alleviating jobs, it's very difficult, and it's an emotional thing, and I am not quick to hire somebody and add another position. It's, in my opinion, part of the problem in government. people create bureaucracies, and it's very difficult to control those. So at this point, I would not be in favor of hiring a full-time position.